Good evening. It's now 6:30 p.m. and I call to order the regular meeting of the Victoria City Council. Please join us in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. The first item on our agenda tonight is announcements. Councilmember Roberts is missing this evening. He sends his regrets. He's out of town on a work assignment. The City Council will hold a workshop on Monday, December 12th at 5:30 p.m. to discuss the 2023 legislative priorities with Victoria's state and county legislative delegation. The City Council is seeking input from the community on the 2023 budget and will be holding its Truth in Taxation hearing at 6:30 p.m. during the regular council meeting on Monday, December 12th. All meetings of the City Council are open to the public and held in the council chambers at City Hall unless otherwise noted. If you'd like to attend our council meeting or workshop in person, please contact our city clerk in advance. In other announcements, the city will again host our annual winter lighting event downtown on Thursday, December 1st at Bayfront Plaza from 6 to 7 p.m., and we hope to see you all there. Our next order of business is to adopt the final agenda. Council, can I get a motion to adopt the agenda?
Motion. Second.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Any opposed? Motion carries. We'll move on to our next item, which is open forum. This is an opportunity for anyone from the public to address the council on an item that is not on the agenda and not in application form that will be coming to the council at a future date. No one has registered in advance to speak, so if there is anyone in the audience that would like to address the council, please let us know. Seeing no one, we will now move on to the next item on the agenda, which is the consent agenda. Items on the consent agenda are routine, administrative, and do not require deliberation, or are housekeeping items that are required by law. They're approved with one vote unless someone requests an item to be considered separately. Ms. Hardy, does staff wish to pull any items for a separate discussion and vote?
None from staff, Madam Mayor.
Council, any items from council?
I have one.
Yes.
5.13.
5.13. And is there anyone from the audience? All right, we will remove item 5.13 for separate consideration and vote. Council, can I get a motion to adopt the consent agenda, please?
Motion to adopt the agenda.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Any opposed? Motion carries. On to item 5.13, which was removed from the consent agenda for a separate item and vote. Councilmember?
Okay.
Councilmember Black, please.
Yeah. I just I wanted to get feedback from council on this particular item because when it was brought to us, we were talking about the street improvements, the curb and gutter and all that over by what's the name of that street that goes by the gas station and
Commercial.
the commercial, and then the gas station and the property next to the gas station and all of that. And Councilmember Gunderson was questioning whether to do the alley, which I agree with him on that. But also, when I went and looked at it, and it's like 1 block long. The road seems to be in fine condition, and when I use it to go to the gas station because I can go right in instead of trying to make a left, it's basically a parking lot. So I'm not quite sure, with everything that we have going on, is this something that we actually need to do now? Is this something that we can wait until it needs to be done or when the residents want it done? The other thing is across on Rose Street, we have a developer that's under contract with that, and I think that's gonna probably, once it gets done, that'll be included in that, so do we need to do that now as well? It's just I'm just wondering about it.
So,
I mean, just because it was on the list doesn't mean we have to do it like right now.
all right, so this item is a resolution to modify the date on the hearing for the improvements. So the public hearing, we're just delaying by 2 weeks, I believe, is what this item is for. And you are talking about the scope of the project. And whether we need to be included in all of those things.
Because if we're gonna, I mean, the hearing is, we gave them permission to go ahead with this and then do a public hearing, and I'm wondering if this is something that we need to even be doing at this time.
Ms. Hardy, do you have some?
Can you explain this? Am I ahead of this?
Yes.
I am ahead of this.
So, Councilmember Black, Mayor, members of the council, Councilmember Black, I think everything that I'm hearing you say is all great and valid concerns, and I think this item, if our city attorney was here today, would probably tell you this item is just to adopt the resolution, as the mayor also said, modifying the date for the public improvement hearing. And so I think, Councilmember Black, I would recommend that the neighborhood meeting is set for the 5th, 6th of December. And then you will hear from the public, residents, business owners on that are impacted by this in their feedback during the December 12th meeting. I would recommend that the council discuss the scope of the project at that time after hearing feedback from the neighborhood meeting and from the public improvement hearing. And we can certainly provide additional background as part of that presentation on why this is necessary. I think when this item first came before you, if I'm kind of dusting off the cobwebs a little bit, but the city engineer did talk about how this is one of the remaining projects that we've had and has been delayed for a number of years for a number of different reasons. So we can certainly revisit that and we can provide some additional detail around that. But also, I think it would be good for council to consider the feedback from the impacted property owners before making any decisions.
Okay.
And that would occur on the 12th.
Councilmember Gunderson?
I would just ask, since it's been pulled, if when we do talk about it in greater detail, to find out what would happen if we do delay. I mean, is there potential for this area to quote unquote blow up in our face if we prolong it any more, and thus costing us more money to fix in the long run versus doing it now? So that would be a question I would bet you might get from someone on this panel at that meeting, or even from out in the public. So that's what I would want to know before we do anything more to delay.
Okay, very good. Ms. Hardy, something else?
We can bring back that information.
All right, terrific.
Okay, great.
All right, anything
Thanks.
else? Councilmember Black?
I just needed clarification on this. I was concerned that we were just going right ahead with it and without a lot of thought. Okay.
So at this point, I will entertain a motion to adopt this resolution to modify the date for the hearing on improvements for the 2023 street and drainage improvement projects.
Well, you just said it, so I'll second it.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. All in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Any opposed? Motion carries. There are no items on our regular agenda this evening, so we'll move on to reports and emerging issues. Ms. Hardy, anything from staff?
None from staff, Madam Mayor.
Council, anything from council this evening? Councilmember Black? Do you have any? Great.
Well, as you know, Light Up Victoria is on the 1st. Toys for Tots will be there. He had his event at the Deer Run golf course, and today he posted he has of his 2022 toys that he's trying to get. He's collected 732 so far, and nearly $2,000 in donations. So bring those toys on the 1st and show him how we can we can support his efforts, because he's worked really hard. Okay, thank you.
Yes, anything else?
Nope.
Councilmember Gunderson.
Temperature's dropping, it's getting cold. Comes courtesy of my kids, because they were out today screwing around near a pond, and I explained to them that it's not cold enough to be on that pond yet, if at all. So please wait to get on the ponds if that's what you're choosing to do this winter, until it gets cold enough where the ice is thick enough to support weight. It is not right now. So just make sure you're keeping track of your kids and keeping them off the pond until the ice is thicker.
Thank you. Councilmember Hebert, anything from you?
Sorry to disappoint. I got nothing.
All right, well, I will look forward to seeing everyone out at the tree lighting ceremony this Thursday evening at 6 o'clock, so we'll look forward to that. So since there are no more items to come before the council, I will take a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn?
Second?
We have a motion and a second. All in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Any opposed? Motion carries. We stand adjourned.